Hi there, and welcome to Apple World. So it looks like Cardi B could have taken her affection for plastic medical procedure somewhat excessively far on the grounds that she's beginning to look somewhat bungled, and I think she know it you all she isn't shouting out and clapping back at each and every individual who is hauling her, and you all won't really accept that how her body got screwed up on the off chance that you all have at any point been following Cardi B, and I've been following her for a couple of years now. Then you definitely realize that she appears to be really unique from what she resembled when she had initially begun. Now, before anyone come and say that I'm loathing on her or whatever, I'm not saying that she is revolting or anything like that, since she looked great then. At that point, she actually looked great now, and I'm trying to say that this stuff simply looks a little changed like, and the plastic medical procedure is causing her like serious issues. Plastic medical process Duray is normal in Hollywood, and numerous celebs have finished work, yet a large portion of them absolutely didn't truly get anything done, and they recently guaranteed that their cosmetics routine changed or they lost a little weight, then they went veggie lover and all sorts of irregular stuff. Currently, I won't name a couple of Kardashians, yet we as a whole know celebs who have clearly undergone surgery. Cardi, then again, isn't similar to that. She has been very open about the work that she's finished throughout the long term, and she encourages individuals to take some real time to contemplate prior to finishing plastic medical procedure itself. So like I said, Cardi still searches in the new times. Individuals have been contemplating whether she's going all in all too far and getting excessively bungled in light of the fact that her body is gradually beginning to give indications of having been put under the blade excessively ordinarily. Yet before we get into the most recent medical procedures and how Cardi herself is currently shouting out about it and has impacted her, I need to go into the work that she's finished so you all can truly get a comprehension of what I'm discussing. Oh, right, you. Also, Cardi no longer talks a lot about this any longer. However, the significant explanation that she began getting a medical procedure was the point at which she experienced childhood in the climate. With it, young ladies was commended. I'm discussing huge butts, chested, surprising ladies, yet Cardi was absolutely no part of that. As per her, she was really thin, and she was the main young lady that she realized who wasn't all vehicle being thick, and it impacted her confidence. She got prodded and tormented, and this caused her to feel revolting and less of herself. They commended the young ladies that they acclaim as they adulated folks. They lauded that, like you understand what I'm all talking about. Outs it resembles it's not. It's difficult to simply be like gracious. No doubt I'm about to stroll around my level ass. Know of you all content with it. That is extraordinary, yet that wasn't me when I was youthful. Yet things began to change when she began moving at the strip clubs. Now one thing about Cardi is that she generally keeps things 100%, and she's never lied in the past about being a stripper, so she really discusses it a ton, and she's thankful that it helped put food on her table. However, when she began moving, she was certainly not a moment hit when individuals who disparaged the club since she didn't precisely had an ordinary stripper body, since she was thin, as you know what I'm talking about again. This didn't help the confidence which had proactively been wounded. Now inevitably she figured out how to set aside sufficient cash to get her most memorable medical procedure, which was her chest work. When she was 18, she found a shift line of work, and for some time this made her cheerful and fulfilled with herself and all that she felt certain and everything right. However, at that point, assuming you have much familiarity with plastic medical procedure, you know it's quite difficult to stop, since it can get habit forming. It resembles once you start you can't prevent, and aside from that, it's habit forming in nature. You know you almost likely going to have to get final details to a great extent in support and stuff like that. We truly do know that now. And you in all actuality do include these variables to the way that Cardi currently regretted her body to begin with, you could come by a truly chaotic outcome, and that came about in Cardi accomplishing more work, and despite the fact that things worked on a little for Cardi after she got her first medical procedure, she was all the while clearing a path less cash than the curviest strippers, since she actually had a level butt when I was an artist, and all that. Like I had the titties, I had the bomb ass tattoos, I had a six-packs, I could do an entire split, everything except not split yet. I could do insane pictures, all that. However, I was feeling the loss of some ass, so to exacerbate the situation, her beau at the time undermined her, and afterward Cardi was persuaded that the justification for why he undermined her is on the grounds that the other young lady had a major butt. She at last chose to finish her butt, but as a 20-year-old living in New York, she wasn't precisely swimming in that frame of mind of cash. So she was unable to bear to go get a truly authorized plastic specialist. Likewise, You all have skill. I said that she was really thin in those days. Well, there wasn't sufficient fat in that frame of mind to try and place in her butt, so she chose to go to a lady named Donna Francis. What's more, pay her $800 to have some silicone chances in her butt and her thighs. Now I have hardly any familiarity with you. I have barely any familiarity with you. All I couldn't say whether you all okay, however I couldn't say whether you all found out about Donna Francis yet. Has really been captured and detained as a result of her unlawful silicone business. One of her patients really died while getting unlawful silicone infusion into her butt, and it prompted a whole dreadful fight in art that ultimately driven Donna to being in prison. Fortunately, Carly was sufficiently fortunate to endure that system with practically no significant secondary effects or anything like that. However, that doesn't imply that she got off easy, since she addressed GQ magazine about the insanely delayed consequences that she had. She said they don't numb your butt with anything. It was the most insane aggravation ever. I felt like I planned to pass out. I felt somewhat dazed, and assuming it spills for like 5 days, holy cow. That is upsetting after this Cardi sort of dialed down on the medical procedures. She chose to finish another boob work after she brought forth her girl culture. That was not all that she had done, in light of the fact that she additionally had liposuction to dispose of her pregnancy weight. However, at that point Cardi is perhaps of the greatest female rapper right in her bustling timetable implied that she was unable to stand to get some margin to rest after her medical procedure. To be straightforward, she kept on performing at shows until she was constrained by her PPS to have some time off. She posted pictures on her enlarged feet from the lipo on the web, and it looked quite terrible, you all. It seemed to be. This terrified her, and she promised to avoid a medical procedure, saying, "I've been turning out for the beyond about 14 days since I ain't at absolutely no point ever getting a medical procedure in the future." For some time she kept the word, you all, and when she needed to have a nose chance, she chose to go for a harmless nose work that just utilized fillers right. However, this made her nose look peculiar, so she sorted it out by getting a rhinoplasty. However, at that point she didn't stop that, you all, on the grounds significantly more than one that after she had a child wave in 2021, she uncovered that she needed to get a belly fold to dispose of the extra free skin that she had in her paunch region. This stomach is giving belly fold like it's not terrible yet. I simply could do without this additional little skin, thus I can hardly hold back to put out this melody and do more things. I could get the out and perform my medical procedure. I'm ready to move on. However, it was a belly fold that before long got individuals talking. It's the way that we saw a butt looking way changed and greater. I mean, simply see it. Take a gander at the video posted. Okay. Individuals began blaming her for having more chances in her butt, or stuff like that, since it was really minuscule midriff and huge back looked unusual and undesirable like Cardi B. Furthermore, Cardi went live on Instagram to deny these. Yet, she likewise conceded that she realizes that her butt looks abnormal after I brought forth my child. My butt was gigantic, and the motivation behind why my butt was so enormous in light of the fact that I nearly acquired 20 is that you definitely realize my promotions as of now have some ass shots. In August, I performed a medical procedure on the grounds that many individuals felt that when I conceived an offspring, I finished my body. No, I didn't. In August, I performed a medical procedure, and I eliminated 95 of my profile edges. Obviously, they removed them from me. Yet they actually needed to shape my butt, since they took a great deal of ass shots out, so my butt is somewhat fleecy. Currently, it's likewise clear, however, that she laments having her medical procedures, since she needs young ladies not to misstep the same way that she did while she was more youthful. All I'm saying is correct. If you're young, assuming you're 19 on the off chance that you're 20 on the off chance that you're 21, and some of the time. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.